Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's YS Cuber, and today I have a storytime video, but before I say anything about this I gotta say, I'm sorry for not uploading so often. I've just been really busy, and I've been missing deadlines, but I'll keep trying, no promises, but yeah. So the story today is gonna be the time I got caught sneaking out. And so this is just another one of those stories where I was trying to impress a girl and got burnt for it. But so early on in the day, I was hanging out with this girl. We had a bunch of other people with us, so it wasn't just me and her. So later in the night, I got a text saying, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And it was like 12. And so I was sitting there like, all right, I do want to hang out, but I know my parents are going to say no. So I texted her back and I was like, "Do you mean sneak out?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm going to sneak out." I'm like, "Is anybody else going to be there?" And I didn't get her a text back for a good 30 minutes, so I thought she fell asleep. So I start going up to my room, and all of a sudden I get a text. She goes, "All right, are we going to do this?" And I was like, it was one of those moments where I was like, all right, so I know this is stupid. I'm going to do it anyways, and let's go. So I text her back saying, yeah. I go down in my basement, there's this window that doesn't have a screen in it, and if you unlock it, you can just crawl out of my house, and I don't have any alarm for it or anything, so it was pretty easy. So I snuck out. It was like 1:30, and I met up with this girl, right? And we were at our old school at the time. It was the old school that I went to last year, and that was our meetup spot. So we met up there. We were just hanging out for a bit. You're like, "Oh, do you want to go walk around?" So me and her start walking around, all right? We go down to the high school that I go to now, and we saw some people there. And I was in grade 8, so I was also really short at this time. And so I was scared because I saw these people, and I was like, oh God, we're going to get jumped or something, because I was a paranoid little thing. But so we dipped out of there, and we start walking all the way up to Hazel Grove again, which is basically the school, our old school. And so we get to the school, and we're basically at square one again. We're just sitting there, just talking, and we're like, this is boring. Do you want to go see if we can get anybody else to come? So we texted a bunch of people, and nobody else was coming. Things were getting really boring. And so we're like, and by this point it was like 3 a.m. We're like, oh, do you want to just call it a night and go in? So we start walking, and then we sit in this patch of grass because like we didn't want to like leave right away. And we see these people like far in the distance walking toward us, and it was an old couple. And so I'm looking at them, and we're like, oh, we should probably leave. So we get up and start leaving, and I get a text on my phone, and it says, where are you, and where did you go? So I look up, and I look up the street, because we went all the way down a block and then turned, and I look up the street, and it was my parents that we saw walking towards me. So the girl I was with didn't want to get caught, so she sprinted to her house, and I told my parents a fake name, but that's besides the point. So she sprinted to her house, and I was scared out of my mind, because my dad, when he's mad, is really scary, and my mom, I feel bad for her, because she was probably just scared out of her mind, because her son was not in his bed when she went to go look for him. So we went home, we all went back to sleep. I woke up in the morning, saw them, and I tried to avoid them, but I got caught in I call it the parent scope. And basically what that is you know when you're in trouble, but you're hiding from them, and you go downstairs and you actually make eye contact with them, and then you can't leave after that. They just have you, they know you're right there, and you start getting the punishment laid in on you. So I walk over to them, and they're like, all right, so first of all, you're dumb for doing that, but here's a punishment. They were like just straight up, because they knew what I was feeling. I lost my laptop for about 2 months, my phone for about a month, all of my Rubik's Cubes, And what else did I lose? Oh, and I had a Game Boy, which I used to play on at the time, because yeah, I got grounded a lot in grade 8. But so I had this Game Boy, and they took that away from me too. So basically, I had nothing at all, which sucked so much. But excuse me. But I mean, I did learn my lesson in the end, because I lost everything, and it just sucks not having anything to do for a good 2 months. But I mean, now that I'm in grade 9, like back then I thought it was like, oh, they're being so mean, why would they take it away for 2 months? That's so over exaggerated. But now I actually understand what my mom and my dad were feeling, because they were pretty worried. Yeah. But so moral of this story is, don't follow after my footsteps and try to impress girls, because if you couldn't tell from this story and the last story, whenever you try to impress girls, you end up either getting in trouble or hurting yourself. Yeah, so that's the end of this story. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below if you want to hear any more of these stories. Don't forget to like, and enjoy the rest of these solves. See ya.